Damn camera. Hello. I'm back again. I didn't stream yesterday night because I was just a little tired. I had tea a little later than I expected, but also I was just completely absorbed in the final season of Arcane League of Legends. I truly, like that the second season was incredible. I absolutely loved it. I think it's easily become one of my favourite shows, though I swear on my word that I will never play the game. It doesn't seem the kind of thing I'd want to play. Where do I go? Ooh, a chest. I think mine's better than that. Yeah, way better. Perfect. Novakin, 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 Novakin. I didn't. Oh. Oh. Come on, try me. Even up the finisher on him. What do you got? Glass arrow. A dynamo core. Nice. Okay. Well, I'm simply too powerful.
Sulla, let's just get out of here. Hasn't there been enough death?
Of course, you want me to leave. Just waiting for me to turn my back. So you
Hello.
can glory for yourself.
Huh? Hello? Who's there?
No one. Ooh. You guys just handle that yourself. I don't want to intrude on personal business. Blackreach. Ooh. This is nice. Lydia. She'll catch up. She always does. Though her timing is sometimes a little too spot on. Then they have arrows. Coward. Oh. That did nothing. That was such... Oh, no. I almost had it. Hold on. My My back's got a bit stiff recently, so apologies if these squats aren't up to standard. And back on me, where the camera belongs. That's a... Oh, I thought that was a chest. I wonder what this is. I mean, this looks really intriguing. Ah, great timing. Stop! Oh, go away. It doesn't get easier. Ugh. Ooh. Oh, it's an axe, I'm gonna say. Actually, no, my mace is same as that, so it wouldn't even matter if I switched them out. No way my armor's better than that. It's fucking heavy though. Wow. The helmet's better than mine, but it doesn't have the bonus that mine does with the damage. Let me have a look at my stuff. 'Cause I need to lose some weight. Yeah, get rid of that. Can't get rid of that. Can sell that. Oh, so mine is better. Okay. I think it's mainly potions. I think I just have too many potions. I mean, look at all these, and I've not even used any of them since, I want to say, like a month ago. Last time I remember using a potion. Last time I remember using a potion was in a dungeon somewhere, in a cave. But it wasn't on stream, it was when I was leveling up. Okay. Let's save. This isn't going to be a long stream because there's other stuff I want to do on different games, and if I'm being honest, I'm just not very motivated, I suppose, to play Skyrim right now, though I still can't wait to get to the end, see how the story wraps up and concludes. That's what's kind of pulling me back to it. But it is a really fun game. I completely understand why it was so popular. Okay, so that shot an arrow. Okay, Lydia's not caught up yet. In combat, what if I just... Okay, that's odd. A fork, 2 lockpicks, and a potion of stamina. I will take it. What does it mean in combat? What I need is this way. Wow. You know, you don't see a lot of areas like this in games nowadays. Ooh. Except for maybe the Underdark in Baldur's Gate. That has a similar design and like vibe to this. Okay, okay, I see how it is. You wait there. Get some of that stamina back. Save up. My 310th save. There you go. Then I'll get back up eventually. Meh. Pretty good for light armor. Oh, that was a bigger fall than I thought. Okay. Ba-dum, ba-bum, ba-dum, ba-da-dum. What did not go? Oh, there. You know what? I really just want to talk about Arcane, like, and the new season, because, like, once again, I just think it was so good. So anyone watching this, as if, am I right? I'm just going to be talking to myself about that for a bit, because it's just more fun than thinking it, you know? This way. Genuinely, the new season, I thought it was so good. Like, when I watched season 1, like, it took me, like the first episode or 2 to really get into it, because I was just completely unfamiliar with the world, the lore, the characters, which I knew kind of all pre-existed. What the fuck? I'm gonna go this way. They all, like, existed and had stuff, like, involved. but when I just got to watching it, it was really so fun. And so the second season came out. I remember watching the first season, finishing that, absolutely loving it, and then like 2 weeks later they announced the second season. Like, not announced, but 2 weeks later they showed the teaser trailer for the second season, and it was like a year away, and I just thought, how lucky for me, genuinely, that I could watch this like incredible first season, and then a year later season 2 is coming out. And that way it gives me enough time to really let the events of the first season settle and just go through my mind, and I can process them, and then I also get the joy of waiting for the next season, which is really something that I think people take for granted. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's horrible when a show comes out, you love it, and then it's discontinued, or the next part isn't for another 5 years, but when you're waiting, it really makes you appreciate what you have already, and when the next part comes out and it's as good, if not better than the first part, you just think it was so worth it to get this. And for me, with Arcane, that's really what it felt like the characters and their, I suppose, their development. They didn't change all that much from the first season, so they didn't develop all that much, I suppose, but they went through like little changes really that really fit their character, but also you could tell how much the stuff that was happening in season 2 was affecting them as like characters, and you never really think, oh, that doesn't make sense, why would such and such do this and this because of that. It never really felt like that. It all felt like everything had a cause and a purpose. Like the way they took Victor's character from the start of season 2, from the end of season 1 to the start of season 2 to the end of season 2 was incredible. The way that they kind of did this whole loop with his character, it was incredible to watch. And then seeing the development and like more understanding from characters like Echo and Jace, and seeing Jinx kind of slowly change and have more aspects of her character kind of being shown on screen. It was just all so incredible. Like the characters, the story, the animation, by gosh, the animation, incredible. Like everything about it, I feel I could just gush on about it for like an hour to myself, or anyone who's willing to listen. Like the drama as well that they implemented, it never really felt forced. I mean, considering that they only had 9 episodes, they were like 40 minutes long each, but the fact that they only had 9 episodes of the second season, and yet they managed to really hit all these notes with like almost perfect precision, you know? Truly incredible. I feel like easily season 1 I loved it. After season 2 I think Arcane is probably one of my top 10 shows of all time now, because everything about it was just done with so much care, and you can really feel the passion that went into making it. And like the relationships between characters, how they... Where the fuck is Lydia? The way that they kind of go like up and down, like these little bumps on the road, and then at the end they all feel like they've grown as characters in each other's absence, and then when they reconnect, it's just this incredible reunion. And I will say that at some points it did seem not exactly ill-timed, but possibly just like things were happening maybe not at the best moment that they could have been. For example, when Vi and Caitlin finally kind of get back together, I feel that could have... I loved that scene. I really liked the showing of them really coming back together and reaffirming their love for one another. But I feel, given the context the context of that scene happening, it feels like the character, like Vi's priorities, should have been maybe just somewhere a little different. Like if you know, you know. It feels like Vi should have been a little more preoccupied with Jinx rather than being with Caitlin right in that moment. But once again, since they only had 9 episodes to really pull this all together, I truly think they did the best they could with everything that they did and everything that they had. Wow. Oh. Okay, so I need to find another one of those? No, that can't be it. I think even Mel, I believe her character was, even her character in the first season, her character, I think her character was done definitely well. She definitely grabbed the viewer's attention, but I feel that she was kind of buried beneath the stories of the other characters on screen who I feel were perhaps just a little bit more invested in. But in this second season, I really think that her character stood out more from the rest and really started to make their own impact on the series, with all the stuff with the Black Rose and her family. I truly, every aspect of the second season and the show in general, I really just enjoyed. And the episode that Echo got as well, I think that was, after not seeing him and Heimerdinger for like 3 episodes at that point, and then you only see Jace, who is now vastly different from like the way he was before, in terms of both character and appearance, really. Like with his priorities and his appearance, I feel that getting the episode kind of explaining what happened to him, and also with Echo and Heimerdinger, that was really important, and it told a different story that I think was so impactful upon the main story too. Ooh, Elder Knowledge. Alduin's Bane. Okay, so we're getting there now. We're getting to the end. I mean, we just have to read the Elder Scroll at the Time Wound. That'll kind of send us back through time, and we can learn the shout made from the hatred of mortals towards Alduin. Okay. And another kind of, like, even the conflict between characters, I think was done so well, really. Oh, this place. Okay, I remember this. Like, in episode... Well, not even just episode 3, but episode 1, 2, and 3, the conflict that between Vi and Caitlin, I think, was done so well, because it's them both dealing with like pain in their own ways. With Caitlin, with her mother dying, and Vi, all the stuff with, you know, Jinx and the way she's turned out and her past, and the opposing kind of views they take. Maybe not opposing views, but the way that they kind of have different ideas of how to go about trying to capture Jinx. With Vi wanting to go out on her own with the gauntlets again and just make sure no one else gets hurt, and she wants to do it by herself. But Caitlin wanting Vi to put on, you know, the badge and become an officer or something like that. And Vi is like, they killed my parents, like, do you have any idea how that feels, you asking me to wear that? But then Caitlin says, yes, I do. And I think that moment genuinely was such, like, it's so simple and, like, easy almost, but so powerful because of that, because it's two characters now who have gone through similar things, but now they stand, I suppose, on two different platforms, and they have two different views on the subject. But then they even work through that, like, disagreement, and so they kind of decide, yeah, this is what needs to happen. I truly think one of the only things they could have possibly done better in season 2 was just giving us more of the side characters that they had introduced, because they gave us like five, I would say like 5 more side characters that we really don't learn much about. Not that we needed to, but given their placement in the story, it feels like we should have been given a chance to connect with them more. Like, for example, we meet... I can't even remember their names. I can't remember their names because partly because we just didn't get that much of a chance to really know them, but partly because I'm just bad at remembering names, so that's on me. Wrong way. There we go. And that's partly on me. I'm bad with names. I'm better with faces. But I don't remember their names. To be fair, one of them was a fish person who didn't talk, and the other one was the big guy who looked a little bit like Vander, like similar design-wise. Like, they were both characters that were given quite important placement in the story, but ultimately they didn't get to do much, and we didn't really get to feel like we knew them before their time in the story was up, and the view kind of shifted towards other characters again. Like, they never really exist as more than just side characters, unfortunately.
You have it. The Kell, the Elder Scroll.
Play nice, fuck's sake.
Carlos. Time shudders at its touch. There is no question. You are doom-driven. Kogan Akatosh. The very bones of the earth are at your disposal. Go then. Fulfill your destiny. Take the scroll to the Time Wound. Do not delay. Alduin will be coming.
Alduin.
He cannot miss the signs.
30th. And Isha. Oh my. Isha. Her. Once again, she's a character we know very little about, but her placement in the story was so much more impactful than the other side characters, like the other new characters that are brought up. And also, she's much younger, so she doesn't need as much, if any, explanation. But she's just this mute girl who essentially becomes the little sister to Jinx that she was to Vi, almost. And she, like, idolizes Jinx. And it's this great relationship that we don't see too much of, but we see enough of it that we really feel how closely these characters have bonded, really. But once again, it's one of those things where it's like, I wish we had more time to see these developments, and I feel it would have been so incredible to see.
Huh?
Oh, actually, before I do that, I want to just put all the stuff I don't need in a box somewhere, because I just have so much stuff, and this feels like endgame stuff. And once I finish Skyrim, I'm not sure what I'll play. I remember before I started playing Skyrim, a viewer, one of my early viewers who was, he's my friend IRL, suggested I play Sekiro on stream, so I'm thinking I might do that. But that is, wow, expensive. Yeah, keep those.
Yeah. We'll put it to it.
Quest item. Okay. And the music, my goodness, the music. like the way they implement these songs, the way that they implement the songs into the scenes, like the fight scenes and these like really dramatic, emotional scenes, it's really, once again, well, everything about the show is well done. Like it just makes me want to applaud almost. And the ending too, like I'm not a crier really, but the ending, all like it made me shed a tear or two. It was really, really good. I liked pretty everything about it, really. Just yeah. Okay. Like during, let me get back to my train of thought. The final episode, like the big conflict and climactic finish. Okay. That once again is just a thing I thought was done really well. Like, same with everything. And once again, it's one of those things where it was so good, and I feel like if we were given one, like even one more, but I feel if we were given maybe 2 more episodes of season 2, it would have been able to do everything quite much better. Not that's an overstatement. I don't think it would have been able to do everything much better. I feel it would have been able to give us those moments that would have allowed us to bond more with the new characters that are introduced, and also more, I suppose, be able to more in-depth tell and show the stories of the main characters and kind of their journeys, both in isolation and with the other characters. Like Vi, after season 3, we don't see her again until season 5, when there's been a short time skip, but it's also an undisclosed amount of time, so we don't really know how long it's been. It feels maybe like a month, possibly 2 months later, but we don't really know once again. At least I don't think it's ever outright stated. I didn't know. But we next see Vi after that short skip, fighting in this like underground arena, and she just wants to drink all of her troubles away, and she's basically just destroying herself inside and out, basically with alcohol and just these fights. And at the beginning she's just fucking whooping everyone, but by the end, like, of the montage they show, she's just kind of stopped fighting, really, both physically and mentally, emotionally. And it's such a powerful moment, really, because it just shows the collapse of Vi's entire, I suppose, I'm trying to think of the word. It's not the collapse of her character, but I suppose the collapse of her purpose, her ambition. She doesn't want to do anything anymore. She just wants to go one day to the next and just forget about everything, it seems. This is obviously just all, this is what I'm taking it as. It could be dead wrong, but still. I'll keep a sweet roll. Let's do it. Of course. Once again, I'm thinking, where was I in my kind of self-obsessed rant? Vi's character, yeah, she's given up, basically. That montage, it was really good, and I think it's another scene once again where they really use music to capture the essence of the character in that moment, and it's just this nice montage. But I would have liked to see maybe more how she got to that point, rather than just have it be, you know, this two maybe 3 minute montage of her just in this self-destructive loop of, you know, just punching and drinking away her problems. I'm gonna say no way I've put the bloody scroll away, because it's a quest item. Okay, give me a minute before I do that. Oh, my back. Ow. Oh. Nintendo has a new video. Oh, right. Okay, but before I go, I do just want to say one more thing. Once again, I just want to state I feel if we had been given just one more episode of season 2, everything would have been able to come up to like this ending that I feel they would have been able to include more of the characters we were introduced to, the journeys of the characters we already knew, and their travels, like their rise and their fall, I suppose, and how they kind of adapt to the situations that they're given. But as is kind of like the key, I suppose the key takeaway from the final episode is that there is beauty in flaws, and perfection isn't the key to happiness. It's just the end of pursuit. And perfection itself is an impossibility. It's an idea that we came up with so that we would never be happy with ourselves, but also to always give us something more to chase, to fight for, to pursue. So the idea of perfection, that longing for it, it's kind of like, it's like walking into the horizon, into the dawn or the dusk, if you will. And it's knowing that no matter how far you walk, you know that you're never going to be able to reach the horizon and, you know, put your hand out and touch the sun and stuff like that and really capture that light. But the pursuit is getting to gaze upon this glorious view, even knowing that you'll never reach it. If that makes sense and doesn't sound too much like something someone would put on an English exam just to fill out space and get more marks. Because that's more or less how I feel about the very idea of perfection. It's something we know we will never be able to obtain, but still it's something that we feel we almost can't live without something to reach for or aim for. We feel like we're just there and complacent. So it's the idea that there's always something more that keeps us as a society going, for better or for worse, you know. I'm gonna read the Elder Scroll now. Learn the Dragon Rend shout.
Gormley, running out of time. Battle.
Today, Alduin's lordship will be restored.
Hey, isn't that...
But I honor your courage. Kriegwolf Akrin. Die now in vain.
For Skyrim!
Oh my god! It's a battle of wits and brawn and brutality. She's getting more into it. Like, he was just doing twirls and stuff. She's really getting into it here.
Hakon! A glorious day, is it not?
Have you no thought beyond the blooding of your blade?
What else is there?
Battle below goes in. If Aldon does not rise to our challenge, I fear all may be lost.
You worry too much, brother. Victory will be ours.
Why does Alduin hang back? We've staked everything on this plan of yours, old man.
He will come. He cannot ignore our defiance. And why should he fear us, even now?
We blooded him well. 4 of his kin have fallen to my blade alone this day.
None have yet stood against all.
I mean, my record of the day is like 4.5, so... yeah.
They did not have Dragonrend. Once we bring him down, I promise, I will have his head.
You do not understand. Alduin cannot be slain like a lesser dragon. He is beyond our strength.
He looks kind of like
Which is
Vesemir.
why I brought the Elder Scroll.
Feldir, we agreed not to use it.
I never agreed. And if you are right, I do not need
We'll
it.
deal with Alduin ourselves.
Are
Here
you
and
looking
now.
at me?
We shall see soon enough. Alduin approaches.
So be it.
Me. Tardis Ani. Him hind paliv. Su'u hindan.
Let those that watch from Sovngarde envy us this day.
Never-ring Jewel. What have I done? What twisted words have you created? Tardis Argos. My teeth to his neck. But first, Dean Kumar. Die in terror, knowing your final fate. To feed my power, I come for you in Sovngarde.
If I die today, it will not be in terror. You will see your first time, worm. See it in your eyes. Skyrim will be free!
It's no use.
Hold Alduin on the wing. Sister Hawk, grant us your sacred breath to make this contract heard. Begone, World Eater. By words with older bones than your own, we break your perch on this age and send you out. You are banished. Count out of all our endings unto the last. You are banished.
Worked. Did it.
Yes, the World Eater is gone. May the spirits have mercy on our souls.
Nakim, Silesur. My belly is full of the souls of your fellow mortals, Dovahkiin. Die now, and await your fate in Sovngarde. Lost Foot, you are too late, Alduin. Dovahkiin, use Dragonrend if you know it.
Dragonrend. What I like about Dragonrend is... Dragonrend. Mortal, finite, temporary. All the words are just synonyms, I believe. They're just all different meanings. They're just different words with the same meaning. Mortal, finite, temporary, meaning that it can and will die. I missed. Haha.
Never again. He is too strong. Bring him to gold with Dragon's of my ancient foes, but
I missed.
not their equal. I have feasted on many greater than you.
I don't believe you. Okay. Give me a second. I need to do my squats. Ugh. I didn't throw out my fire resistance potion, did I? I didn't. Yeah, I'll need my potions for this.
Of the souls of your fellow mortals, Dovahkiin.
Come on, little puppy. Let's finish this.
And await your fate in Sovngarde.
Sovereign God.
Fools, you are too late, Alduin. Dovahkiin, use Dragon Rend if you know it.
Gladly.
Relax. Perish with your mortal friends.
Okay, give me a sec. Resist fire. That doesn't really serve me much purpose. Increase by 20 points for 6 seconds. I got you. There we go. Still powerful, but bearable. Got him. Just stick to his side. Oh, come on. Why does the shout do that? I'm not shouting, that's the issue. Come on.
You are no match for me.
Come on. Hit him with one of these. Royal Guard! Yep, vulnerable. Run. It's all you can do.
Lot Congrach. You truly have the voice of a Dova. Alduin's allies will think twice after this victory.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, one of his allies could tell us. Matmahus. But it will not be so easy to convince one of them to betray him. Perhaps the Hafkasayun, the palace in Whiterun, Dragon's Reach. It was originally built to house a captive Dova. A fine place to trap one of Alduin's allies, hmm?
Yeah.
Yes,
not think
but
so.
your Soom is strong. I do not doubt that you can convince him of the need. Yes, this was ages ago, you understand. There were more of us then. Before the Bruniki, the Akaviri came and killed all my Zema. I used to visit him from time to time, nearly crazed by loneliness and captivity. Tiraz Sivaz. He did not even remember his own name. I do not know how he came to be caught, but the Bronyun, the Jarl, was very proud of his pet, Pak. The Hofkasayun has been known as Dragon's Reach ever since. Look through.
Why didn't I feel I should have surely gotten some experience from that encounter. To Dragon's Reach! I must say, this stream is going by far faster than I thought it would. I thought I'd still have another hour in the mines? The dwarven place. But no, that went by quite easily. I only had another 15 to 20 minutes in there. Then I moved on, visited the past and learned Dragon's Rend. Oh, I think those are mine.
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's boots. Good job.
Know you who I am, small child?
Another wanderer, here to lick my father's
You don't have to
boots.
repeat it, God. Okay, up we go. He's asleep.
May the gods watch over your battles, friend. I must have misheard you. I thought you asked me to help you trap a dragon in my palace.
Nah.
I'm sorry, but I can't do it. We'll just have to keep fighting the dragons as best we can.
The world is ending, you belligerous moron.
What you're asking for? You want me to let a dragon into the heart of my city? With the threat of war on my doorstep?
The threat of war is in your city.
There must be another way. The risk is too great. All to him. The World Eater himself. But how can we fight him? Doesn't his return mean it's the end times?
Bingo. It's only hopeless if we give up.
I didn't say anything about giving up.
Then it's not hopeless.
Now what's this nonsense about trapping a dragon in my palace? I want to help you, Dragonborn. And I will. But I need your help first. Ulfric and General Tullius are both just waiting for me to make a wrong move. Do you think they will sit idle while the dragon is slaughtering my men and burning my city? No. I can't risk weakening the city while we are under the threat of enemy attack. I'm sorry. Then I would be glad to help you with your mad dragon-trapping scheme, but getting both sides to agree to a truce will be difficult at this point. The bitterness has gone too deep. Maybe. What
Don't you see?
They are respected by all
You have
lords.
no enemies.
High Hrothgar is neutral territory. If the Greybeards were willing to host a peace council, then maybe Ulfric and Tullius would have to listen. Aye, Dragonborn. Maybe you can stop the dragons and this war into the bargain. Now, if you don't mind, I've got a city to keep.
And a bed to sleep in. Fuck you. Don't make me use the thumb. I fucking heard you. Children. So cruel. Wow, I really expected to take damage from that. Here we go again. I've been to so many places on my adventures. Probably a good 60, maybe even 70% of them were just me trying to get stronger to get past the Falmar embassy. Horse. The horse. Look, it's the horse. And I'll put it to you that you sucked off an horse. Okay, perhaps I went a bit low. Oh no, where did I go? There's my name. I mentioned earlier that I'm not really a crier, but you know something that like genuinely made me weep, and I did not expect it to at all. It was episode 7, I believe, of Dandadan, of all things. The really pervy, wacky anime about aliens and ghosts wanting to steal genitalia. Very weird. But episode 7, when it goes through like this flashback sequence with the music and this little girl learning ballet, and like her mother's struggling, and despite not being in the best circumstance, she like takes some of her savings and uses it to buy her daughter like stuff so she can learn ballet, like this cute dress and the shoes she has too. And you can really feel like the love, and then it's all ripped away. That made me weep. Oh, I need to talk to you.
We heard the dragon
Genuine, like the full 9 yards, the quivering lip, like thorns in my throat. Like, yeah,
I feared as much.
I was leaking.
I thought it was him we saw flying east after your battle.
And honestly, it was just such a good release of emotion that sometimes I find myself lacking.
We are not warriors.
I need to capture a dragon.
What is overlooked in the Dragonborn is not permitted to any other followers of the Way of the Voice.
And also, Fanta Mentos. They're new, I think. New to me, at least. I'll worry about capturing a dragon. I need your help to stop the war.
You misunderstand our authority. The Greybeards have never involved themselves in political affairs.
You're 4 dudes on top of a mountain in the middle of Skyrim. I could kind of tell that you don't really get into politics.
I see. The dragon will lead you to Aldwyn, but without the Jarl's help.
He gets it.
Paarthurnax has made the decision to help you. This is the road we have to walk. Even the Greybeards must bend to the winds of change, it seems.
Yeah.
So be it. Tell Ulfric and General Tullius that the Greybeards wish to speak to them. We will see if they still remember us. The old tales say that he can travel into Sovngarde to devour
The souls of the dead.
You must find out how he does this before he regains his strength and returns. Deliver the message to the warring parties. If they will listen, I will do what I can to bring them to terms.
Okay.
Breath and focus.
Breath and focus. I keep doing that. Right, I forget that experience in this game is gained by leveling up skills, not by completing quests and doing stuff like that. Because I'm like, why am I not at level 25 yet? I've done this, I've done that. It's because I need to bash someone's head in. Where are my skills at? I'm 88 with one-handed attacks. If I can get that to 90 soon, I can make my mace attacks ignore 50% more armor, which, considering I'm like, this is like the entire Skyrim story, like that, I feel I'm probably about maybe about that far away from the end and like the final battle and stuff. So I feel this, it's gonna be great to have. So if I can get that up to 90 as soon as possible and get that armor piercing thing. Oh.
Solitude wouldn't be the same without the fire festival. The city owes you a debt of gratitude.
I feel it is ill-timed, but sure.
You can set off that junk at bit.
What junk? This is my fucking armor, man.
You're that one from the college.
What's wrong with my armor? Oh, man. Hey, Caesar.
I remember you. You were at Helgen. Speak to Legate Ricca. I suspect we could use someone like you. I see. Then there's nothing further to discuss. If you change your mind, speak with the Legate. Ulfric's Stormcloak's head rolling away from his lifeless body.
Ow.
I'm originally from Cyrodiil, sent here at the request of the Emperor himself. I'm often ordered to places with problems that need fixing. Now, while I'm certain this is all terribly interesting to you, I have important matters to attend.
I'm telling you, Ulfric's planning an attack on Whiterun.
He'd be insane to try. He doesn't have the men.
That's not what my scouts report, sir. Every day more join
Ulfric.
his cause. Riften, Dawnstar, and Winterhold support him.
It's not a cause. Speak with Legate Ricca. She will determine it. The Greybeards. What do those old hermits want with me? Why, there's nothing to discuss as long as that traitor Ulfric is in arms against his rightful emperor.
It's not permanent. Just until the dragons are dealt with.
They are getting to be a problem. But I wasn't sent to Skyrim to fight dragons.
And you
My
won't be able
job
to
is to
fight
quell
people
this
until the
rebellion,
dragons are gone.
and I intend to do just that. Dragons or no dragons. Fair enough. We're driving the Stormcloaks back well enough at the moment, but we're already overstretched. That's what comes of trying to win a war with a bare handful of legions. If the Emperor would just give me the reinforcements I've requested. Most of the Legion is tied down on the border with the Altmeri Dominion. The Emperor can't afford to risk weakening Cyrodiil's defenses. From the Imperial City, our war here is just a sideshow. An interlude before the main event against the Thalmor resumes. Yes, fine. I'll come to this Greybeard Council. For all the good it will do.
Okay.
Call it whatever you like, General. The man's going to try to take Whiterun.
Jarl Balgruuf.
Balgruuf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. On the other hand, he also refuses to acknowledge Ulfric's claim.
What do you need?
Well, if he wants to stand outside the protection.
What do you need, Bob?
Alright. Now just head back to Whiterun, I think. Oh. Here we
It's
go.
no secret the Aretino boy is doing
Last one.
the Imperial State.
We've intercepted couriers from Solitude.
Hello again.
The
I
Empire is
believe we
putting a
met
great
briefly.
deal of pressure on Whiterun.
Speak with Galmar. He'll size you up and see where we can best use your talents.
Why are you fighting this war?
We're fighting because we're done bleeding for an empire that won't bleed for us.
Ah,
Untold numbers of Nords died defending the empire against the Dominion. And for what? Skyrim being sold to the Thalmor so the Emperor could keep his throne. We're fighting because our own Jarls, once strong, wise men, have become fearful and blind to the people's suffering. We're fighting because Skyrim needs heroes, and there's no one else but us.
I see.
Not entirely true. Though not entirely false either.
You shouted him to death.
Any Nord can learn the way of the voice by studying with the Greybeards, given enough ambition and dedication. My shouting tore it to the ground proved he had neither. However, it was my sword piercing his heart that killed him.
Okay.
It's about time they turned their gaze from the heavens back to our bleeding homeland. What do they want? I have the greatest respect for the Greybeards, of course, and the dragon attacks are a growing plague.
But
The political situation is still delicate. Not all the Jarls are fully committed to supporting me as High King. I can't afford to appear weak. I can't agree to this unless Tullius himself will be there. Good. We still hold half of Skyrim despite everything the Empire can throw at us. I doubt the Empire has the stomach for much more bloodshed.
yeah.
Yes, I'll give Tullius one more chance to quit Skyrim with his tail between his legs. And what would you have me do?
If he's not with us, he's against us.
So
He
violent.
knows that. They all know that.
Let's be for real.
Are you going to
Is there
You
anything
think I need to
this
send
war,
a stronger
you know,
message?
will decide that couldn't be decided with a game of cards or chess? Checkers,
The Greybeards have called a
tic-tac-toe,
peace council at High
best of five, of course. Shogi, for goodness sakes. Though they wouldn't have this, it seems to be a very more Scandinavian. Come, Lydia. It is time. Speaking of time, still got half an hour left on stream.
So, you've done it. Men of violence are gathered here, in these halls whose very stones are dedicated to peace. I should not have agreed to host this council. The Greybeards have no business involving ourselves in such matters.
You don't really need to get involved, you just kind of have to... You don't really have to input much, if anything. You just kind of have to be the link between the three.
Peace? I doubt it. They may put their weapons down for a moment, but only to gather strength for the next bloodletting. They are not yet tired of war. Far from it. Do you know the ancient Nord word for war? Season unending. And so it has proved.
Maybe they should just
But
let winter
regrets are
take
pointless.
hold.
Here we are. Take your seat at the council table, and let us see what wisdom we can find among these warriors of Skyrim.
Okay. Nice. Alright.
I never thought I'd ever willingly stand in the same room with Tullius again. At least not without a weapon in my hand.
There's probably one on your hip, isn't there? Oh, hello.
I'm here because it's required of me. But there's nothing to be gained by talking to that murderer.
Hmm.
Is everyone here? Let's get this started.
If you can arrange an end to the fighting, Dragon's Reach is at your disposal.
Thought you had a black eye, you just look like shit.
And so we meet again. But this time I know who and what you really are.
Oh my god.
Take your seat and we can begin.
You know, funny story about me breaking into your house. I'm sorry.
I'll give you credit for boldness. But associating yourself with the Blades is a choice you will come to regret.
I mean, it was a means to an end.
I'm here to ensure that General Tullius does not exceed his authority.
To be fair, your house was heavily guarded. I think it was more trouble to me than it was to you. Delphine, how are you?
We should get started. Alduin is only getting stronger.
Right, yeah, good point. World-ending dragon.
What? Now that everyone is here, please take your seats so we can begin.
Negotiate a truce. Great.
I hope that we
I'm a politician.
all come here in the spirit
You insult us by bringing her to this negotiation? You're Chief Talos Hunter?
That didn't take long.
Here.
I have every right to be at this negotiation. I need to ensure that nothing is agreed to here that violates the terms of the White Gold Concordat.
She's part of the Imperial delegation.
Sit down, you two.
I bring to this council.
Please, if we have to negotiate the terms of the negotiation, we will never get anywhere.
He has a point.
Perhaps this would be a good time to get the Dragonborn's input on this matter.
By Izmir's beard, the nerve of those Imperial bastards, eh?
Shut the
You'd
fuck
think
up.
that I would sit down at the same table with that Thalmor bitch. Either she walks or I do.
Fuck both of you. Alright? Fuck both of... The world is probably, what, a 10-day away from just ending at the hands of an ancient, wrathful, quite possibly all-powerful dragon. You can put aside this, quite frankly, petty and more or less meaningless bullshit feud for 5 minutes to sit down and have a fucking conversation that will determine the fate of the world. Am I wrong? Granted, I don't know the extended lore, but come on. He killed their king, for goodness sakes. I don't care.
Very well, Alfred. Enjoy your petty victory. The Thalmor will treat with whatever government rules Skyrim. We would not think of interfering in your civil war.
Ha! Skyrim will never bow to the Thalmor. Unlike your Imperial friends here.
You're lucky I respect the Greybeard's counsel, Galmar.
Legate, we represent the Emperor here.
Sorry, sir. It won't happen again.
Now that that's settled, may we proceed?
I feel bad for Elenwen, to be honest, but he is the Jarl. He needs to be here for this agreement to work.
I agreed to attend this council was to deal with the dragon menace. There's
Then why
nothing else to
fucking
talk
bother?
about.
Just
Unless
get
the
on with
Empire
it.
is finally ready to renounce its unjust claim to rule over the free people of Skyrim.
I knew he wouldn't be able to resist.
A temporary truce to allow the Dragonborn here to deal with the dragons, nothing more.
This is what politics are actually like, or even remotely like. I can understand. I can. I can understand why nothing gets done in government.
Yes, let's get this over with.
Are we ready to proceed? Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, this council is unprecedented. We are gathered here at the Dragonborn's request. I ask that you all respect the spirit of High Hrothgar. Do your best to begin the process of achieving a lasting peace in Skyrim. Who would like to open the negotiations?
Yes, let's get down to it. We want control of Markarth. That's our price for agreeing to a truce.
So that's why you're here, Ulfric? You dare to insult the Greybeards by using this council to advance your own position?
Jarl Elisif.
General, this is outrageous. You can't be taking this demand seriously. I thought we were here to discuss a truce.
Elisif, I said I'd handle it.
Jeez, y'all, for goodness sake.
You can't seriously expect us to give up Markarth
Hello.
at the negotiating table. You hoped to gain in council what you've been unable to take in battle, is that it?
I'm sure Jarl Ulfric does not expect something for nothing.
Yes, that'd be entirely out of character.
I want in return.
Wait, General, you don't intend to just hand over Markarth to that traitor?
This is how the Empire repays us for our loyalty?
Enough. First, let's be clear. This council wasn't my idea. I think it's a waste of time. You are a traitor to the Empire, and deserve a traitor's death. But I at least will negotiate in good faith. Since we're all here at your request, I'd like to hear what you think Markarth is worth.
Which one is Markarth again? How about Riften?
The rift would help secure our communications with Cyrodiil, and threaten Ulfric's southern flank.
The Dragonborn has spoken, Tullius. Markarth will be ours. Now we'll see if there's anything behind your talk with good faith.
You disappoint me, Dragonborn. I accepted your invitation on trust in your good name. But it seems you intend to favor Ulfric.
I suggested
I can see
Riften.
now that this is not a negotiation at all. I know you, Ulfric. If I hand over Markarth, you'll be ready with a new demand. You'll never defeat the Empire, and you know it. But you're willing to sacrifice thousands.
I genuinely want to
for your
scream
own
at them through the screen and just tell them all to shut the fuck up.
Soon enough, I'll have you back under the headsman's axe, and this time there won't be any
They
dragon
will
to save
all
you.
die if they don't agree to this
As
truce.
always,
Yet they're
the Empire's
negotiating
final words
about
will not be-
war
Stop.
that by all
Are you so
means
blind to our danger
is happening
that
for
you can't
stupid
see past
reasons.
your petty disagreements? Here you sit arguing about nothing, while the fate of the land hangs in the balance.
Is he with you, Delphi? If so, I advise you to tell him to watch his tongue.
He is with me. And I advise you both to listen to what he has to say before you do anything rash.
Don't you understand the danger? Don't you understand what the return of the dragons means? Alduin has returned, the World Eater. Even now he devours the souls of your fallen comrades. He grows more powerful with every soldier slain in your pointless...
This guy, he
Can
gets
you not put
it.
aside your hatred for even one moment in the face of this mortal danger?
I don't know about the end of the world, but this dragon situation has gotten out of hand.
His name
If
is
this
the
truce brought
World
Dragon
Eater,
here, put
Tullius.
an end to that menace. We both gain. Remember that, Ulfric. Now, back to the matter at hand. You know as well as I do that we can't hand over Markarth on these terms.
Swords, bones, where will these demands end?
Let's hear it.
We want compensation for the massacre at Karthwasten.
You slaughtered the very people you claim to be fighting for. True sons of Skyrim would never do such things.
Damned Imperial lies. My men would never stoop to such methods, even in retaliation for your butchery at...
All the blood spilled in this war is on your head.
So, Dragonborn, what do you say?
He should
Well said.
compensate.
For once you'll actually pay for your crimes. I suppose that's the fairest deal we're likely to get.
Seems we may have an agreement. Jarl Ulfric, General Tullius, these are the terms currently on the table. Markarth will be handed over to Ulfric's forces, Jarl Igmund will step down, and Thangvor Silverblood will become the Jarl of Markarth. The Stormcloaks will withdraw from the rift, allowing Imperial troops unhindered access. Jarl Leila Lawgiver will step down, and Maven Blackbriar will become the Jarl of Riften. The Stormcloaks will pay appropriate compensation for the massacre at Cartwayston. You both agree to this?
The Sons of Skyrim will live up to their agreements, as long as the Imperials hold to theirs. What about you, Alice? Are these terms to your liking? Speak up! I'm sure General Tullius is waiting to do your bidding.
I have nothing to say to that murderer. General, you've proven yourself a good friend to Skyrim. I continue to trust that you will do your utmost to safeguard our interests.
Thank you, Jarl Eliseth. I appreciate your loyalty. The Empire can live with these terms, yes, for a temporary truce, until the dragon menace is dealt with. After that, Ulfric, there will be a reckoning. Count on it.
Come on. We have a lot of work to do.
Giving up Markarth is a heavy price for this truce, Dragonborn. I hope it was worth it.
Jarl Balgruuf, I assume you are familiar with the Dragonborn's plan.
Yes, I'm ready to do my part. Just say the word, and my men will help you spring this trap.
But the difficulty remains how to lure a dragon to Dragon's Reach at all.
Especially knowing that it's the place to trap dragons.
You haven't overlooked that little detail, have you?
I believe I can be of help here. I anticipated the problem. While you were arranging this meeting, I was busy in the library of Skyhaven, an unguessed trove of lost lore. But the important thing is that the Blades recorded many of the names of dragons they slew. Cross-referencing this with Delphine's map of dragon burial sites, I believe I've identified one of the dragons that Alduin has raised up.
How does that help?
Don't you see? The names of dragons are always 3 words of power, shouts. By calling the dragon with the voice, he will hear you wherever he might be.
Why would he come when called?
He's not compelled to, but dragons are prideful by nature and loath to refuse a challenge.
Okay.
Your voice in particular is likely to intrigue this dragon. After your victory over Alduin, I think it's very likely that he will be unable to resist investigating your call.
What's this dragon's name?
I'm no master of voice, like these worthy gentlemen, but it is written here in the scroll. Odavin, winged snow hunter, as I read it.
There's one more thing. We know of them.
Yeah.
Parthenax, the dragon that the Greybeards have been protecting for all these years. He needs to
No, he
die.
doesn't.
He deserves to die.
No, he doesn't.
And it falls to you to kill him. Until he's dead. Well, I'm sorry, but we would dishonor our oaths as blades if we continue to help him.
Come on. What do you have against the Greybeards?
If they had their way, you do nothing but sit up on their mountain with them and talk to the sky or whatever it is they do. The Greybeards are so afraid of power that they won't use it.
Yes, but if it weren't for them,
They tried to stop
I
the
wouldn't be
Civil
able to do
War
any of this
or
at
done
all.
anything about
I would have
Alduin?
died to the first Drake that so much
And
as
they're afraid of you,
approached me.
of your power. Trust me, there is no need to be afraid. Think of Tiber Septim. Do you think he'd have founded the Empire if he'd listened to the Greybeards?
I imagine there'd be a lot less war if he had. And
Make your choice, Dragonborn. You're either with us or against us.
why does he need to die?
Here's the big picture. He helped Alduin enslave our ancestors. He may have betrayed Alduin in the end, but that makes him worse, not better. We can't afford to give Parthenax the opportunity to betray us in turn and return to his old master.
Delphine, I really had hopes for you. And I don't agree with that logic, by the way. Like, not at all do I agree with that statement. Betraying evil somehow makes the betrayer more evil.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you look a little sickly. Get away from me!
Do I? Oh man. Imagine pickpocketing a Jarl. That would be crazy. Okay, so gotta lure this next dragon. Gotta lure this dragon. Get them to tell me where Alduin is heading, then confront Alduin before he gains the power to destroy the world. Well, sounds like an average Monday to me. Or should I say Friday, because I'm gonna end the stream there. Thank you so much for watching. If you have been watching, it means a lot to me that you just find, I suppose, the patience to watch someone like me who just kind of does, I assure you, less than stellar gameplay. But these are more for my own personal documentation rather than the enjoyment of outside sources. But if it brings entertainment to some, then that makes me happy. And November 30th, which means tomorrow, it's officially Christmas time, you know? So get your advent calendars out, get your trees up, get the wreath out, hey, even some mistletoe. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a good night and an amazing morning. See you next week.